Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In continuing reading Surah Al-Baqarah, I'll be reading ayahs 89 through 95. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from shaitan. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Allah, increase me in knowledge. Lord, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And when there came to them a book from Allah, confirming that which was with them, although before they used to pray for victory against those who disbelieved, but then when there came to them that which they recognized, they disbelieved in it. So the curse of Allah will be upon the disbelievers. How wretched is that for which they sold themselves, that they would disbelieve in what Allah has revealed through their outrage, that Allah would send down His favor upon whom He wills from among His servants. So they returned having earned wrath upon wrath, and for the disbelievers is a humiliating punishment. And when it is said to them, believe in what Allah has revealed, they say, we believe only in what was revealed to us, and they disbelieve in what came after it, while it is the truth confirming that which is with them. Say, then why did you kill the prophets of Allah before, if you are indeed believers? And Moses had certainly brought you clear proofs. Then you took the calf in worship after that, while you were wrongdoers. And recall when we took your covenant and raised over you the mount, saying, take what we have given you with determination and listen. They said instead, we hear and disobey. And their hearts absorbed the worship of the calf because of their disbelief. Say, how wretched is that which your faith enjoins upon you, if you should be believers. Say, O Muhammad, if the home of the hereafter with Allah is for you alone and not the other people, then wish for death, if you should be truthful. But they will never wish for it, ever, because of what their hands have put forth, and Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers. Alhamdulillah. So, when Ayah 89 starts, it's recognizing again that the Qur'an confirms the Torah and the scripture that were already with the Israelites, and they rejected it. They rejected both Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the message. Some think it's because of their stubbornness, because they again thought themselves the only chosen people, so they were jealous that revelation came to a non-Israeli, and he was a prophet who wasn't Jewish, so they were jealous or envious of that revelation going to somebody other than them. So even though the Qur'an confirms what they already had as revelation, they disbelieved in it, even though they recognized it, which is quite telling, like, of their disbelief and their just envy and stubbornness, that just because the revelation didn't come to another Israelite, they disbelieved in it. And they still recognized it as truth. Like, they saw exactly that it was the same Allah, the same revelation message, confirming what they already had, yet they didn't want to believe. So when Allah said that they have earned wrath upon wrath, it's not only the wrath of rejection, or wrath for rejection, so when they rejected the Qur'an, but also they incurred the wrath of Allah for their arrogance, that they would be the only ones to receive revelation, and that they were superior to any other prophet that Allah may bring forth, that he did bring forth. And in 91, they still continue to disbelieve in the Quran and say that they will only believe what was revealed to them. So even if there's another prophet that comes, they're only going to believe in the Torah. They won't believe in the Quran. They wouldn't even believe in the gospel, because that too is not what was revealed to them as Israelites. And so, like, they are questioned after they say, we only believe in what was revealed to us. They're then questioned, why then did you kill the prophets before? If you're believers, if you truly believe in Allah's message, even if you disbelieve in this new message of the Quran, this confirming message of the Quran, if you were believers, why did you kill prophets of Allah? And this is reference to when they killed Prophet Zechariah, who was the uncle who raised Mary, the mother of Jesus, alayhi salam. So they killed Zechariah and his son John. So they killed prophets of Allah even when they were quote unquote following the guidance of revelation that they received as Allah's chosen people. So they're questioned on this, that if you were believers, why did you kill them? And despite clear evidence of the covenant that was given by Allah, they still worshipped idols. And so it states, that Moses brought them clear proofs. He brought them out of this punishment, this servitude, to Pharaoh. He showed them miracles many times, providing water, providing food, providing the guidance of Allah through the Torah, and they still worshipped the calf instead. So when Allah reminds them of the covenant they made, it's in reference to the covenant of Mount Sinai, where Allah made the mountain appear to hover over the Israelites to enforce obedience. So this covenant literally made them see the mount as hovering over them, as a means of getting them to recognize the power of Allah and also His punishment if they were disobedient, that the mount would fall on them. And they still disobeyed. Like, even with that recognition of Allah's power, and they still said, we hear and disobey. It says, and their hearts absorbed the worship of the calf because of their disbelief. So they continued to let that idolatry just seep into and change their hearts to continue that disbelief. And then it says for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings be upon him, that if the home of the hereafter, paradise, is just for Israelites and not anybody else, then they should wish for death. Like, if they're so confident that they alone are Allah's chosen people and no other revelation matters, then they should wish for death, because that will bring them to Allah and they will be in paradise. But their reluctance to do so, of wishing for death, like, really shows their doubt in Allah and their doubt that they alone are the ones who receive revelation. So somewhere in them they understand that Allah has other prophets, and this revelation is the truth in the Qur'an. But they're so stubborn and have such ego and arrogance about being Allah's chosen people that it gets in the way of submitting to Allah fully and also listening to the prophets that Allah has sent. So this section even further shows, like, the logic behind what the Israelites were doing, as in, like, their ideas of this superiority of, we're the chosen people, so we're not going to listen to anybody else who's not one of us. And it also, like, kind of challenges them to, okay, own that belief, own that idea. If you really think you are the chosen people of Allah and nobody else is going to be in paradise, then bank on it, wish for death, and you will be with Allah. But even they know somewhere that that's not true, that there are other chosen people, that it's not just them, because the Qur'an, they recognize it as the truth. They recognize it as similar to the Torah. And so they can't fully believe in even their own idolatry, even their own superiority, ego, but they continue to disbelieve. And this is a curse on them that continued to happen, and it's quite sad that they kind of refuse to learn from their own lessons, and just continued in that disbelief, especially when they were given so many signs and so many miracles, like legit miracles that they saw with their own eyes, and they still disbelieve. And it's definitely serving as a reminder that the miracles we see, like Allah's presence and the simplicity of nature, or like watching a baby being born, or someone being healed from their illnesses, these signs of Allah that we see, that we shouldn't disregard those. We shouldn't disbelieve or think that Allah doesn't have any part of this, or that these signs aren't proof of Allah, i.e., those people who argue it's just science, or it's just physics, or it's just how the world works, without some knowledge that Allah is the one who created it all. But it definitely makes me think about how especially when they're questioned, if you were really believers, why then did you kill prophets of your own time, of your own revelation? You killed prophets, not even those that came with this new revelation of the Qur'an. If you're really believers, why would you do that? And yeah, it's a good question. Allah is proving to them that He knows everything that they do, and will continue to keep account of it. But yeah. So next time we will move forward. But in the meantime, may Allah keep you happy, healthy, and safe. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.